guys, so in my last video I asked you to give it a thumbs up if you liked seeing videos about baby names. It was enough to lead me to believe that you guys like the baby name videos and that I should make another one. This particular topic is near and dear to my heart because for my entire life, at least the past 20 years, I've had a name set for my future child. That's gonna be my child's name. I love this name, my favorite name in all of history. It was just going to be my future child's name. It was never a name I'd ever heard before. I don't even know where I heard it. And I've never known somebody with this name. It's just so unique and, it was perfect. I loved it. Then I wanna say within the past 3 years, it shot up to the top 10 popularity chart. That's my luck. So, not that there's anything wrong with common names. If you really love a name, use the name you want to use, definitely. But I figured other people would probably identify a lot with this. Really loving a name, but really not wanting to use a name that everyone else is using. So I came up with my top 10 unique alternatives to popular names. And popular names, most of these names are in the top 10 or 20. They're all definitely in the top 50 though. And all of my unique alternatives are not names I was able to find anywhere in any top 50 search results. So I have the list here on my phone if I'm like looking down a lot, but we're gonna start off with the name Emily or Emma. I think this is a really cute name. I've always really liked the name Emma. I think because I was a huge Degrassi fan growing up, the original Degrassi, and the main character, her name was Emma, and I always thought it was such a pretty name, and it is definitely very popular. And I heard of this unique alternative. It was actually a name on my own personal list, but I'm only having one baby, so if you're new here, I'm about 19 weeks pregnant now, and this baby's name is chosen, and I can only pick a first name and a middle name, so some names are just not gonna get used, even though I really love them. And that is, my unique alternative for Emily would be the name Emery. It almost sounds exactly like Emily, but I've never met anyone with the name Emery. It's not in the popular names at all, and it's so pretty. It's got the EM and it ends with the Y, and it can be used for a boy or a girl, which I think that kind of name is also very popular, like boys' names for girls sort of thing, or like unisex names. And I think Emery is just really pretty, and you can still call her, if it's a girl, Em or Emma for short. Number 2 is the name Jackson. This, I never knew any Jacksons growing up, but it is definitely an extremely popular choice for boys. I think a lot of people like the X spelling or names with that X sound in it. So a unique alternative to Jackson that I found is Axel. I've never met anyone named Axel. It's not in the top 100. It is definitely a unique choice if you like the AX kind of sound, Axel, Jackson. And people it's gone beyond unique names. People now like unique letters in names. So it's got the whole package. So if you like Jackson, you might also like Axel. Number 3 is a name that I've always thought was so beautiful, and that is Evelyn. I think people really like the old-fashioned kind of vintage style names, and Evelyn is a name that probably most people have never known an Evelyn growing up, but I know actually 2 people who named their daughters Evelyn that were born in the past year or 2. And I think a unique alternative to Evelyn could be the name Eden. It has that sort of old-fashioned vibe to it. Eden, you don't really hear a lot of people in their 20s or teens named Eden. You would kind of imagine someone from the 50s or the 40s named Eden or Edith, but I put Eden. And it's very similar to Evelyn in its vibe. It's got similar letters, and I just think it is such a pretty name. This next name has been popular for like a few generations. I went to school with quite a few people with this name, and it's still ranked in the top 100, top 50 names for boys, and that is Elijah. I think it's a great name. You can shorten it to Eli. It's very, old-fashioned kind of sounding, and going with that same kind of vibe is the name Elias. I really like the name Elias. I think it sounds so strong and unique, and you can still call him Eli if that's kind of why you liked Elijah, but it's not the same, commonly heard name that Elijah is. My next name is definitely very easily recognized by people in America and in the UK, and that is Charlotte. It's such a pretty name. I can see why so many people want to use it, but it is extremely popular. So if you were looking for something kind of with the same vibe as Charlotte, I think the name Cheyenne is a very good kind of comparison. It's got the CH, and a lot of people actually really liked the name Charlotte because they can call their daughter Charlie for short. And Cheyenne, you can call her Shy, you can call her Annie. I feel like it lends itself to a lot of flattering nicknames. Number 6, this name, I've never known anyone with this name. I know like one girl with this name, but it is extremely popular, and that is Amelia. People love this name, and it's definitely cute, but this one was like just out of left field. Charlotte, you can kind of see where Charlotte kind of came from. Amelia, I have no idea why this one spiked up in popularity or where it came from, but everyone loves it. And I think a really pretty alternative to Amelia is Elena. Again, same kind of vibe as Amelia. Elena, it's simple, it's pretty, it's sweet. I like how they both can be spelled either with an E or an A, so you can kind of like customize it. But I think Elena is definitely a good alternative to the name Amelia. Another name that we can thank a celebrity for popularizing, and that is Mason. Mason's definitely a cute name. I actually have a cousin named Mason, and he's like 17 years old, so I'm sure his mom was not happy about Mason Disick stealing the spotlight of the name. But a really cute alternative, it's kind of a little different from my other alternatives, is Smith. It doesn't sound anything like Mason, but it kind of has the same origins. Mason is an occupational name, someone who, a stonemason kind of deal. A Smith is also an occupational name. So if you want, you could even have a son named Mason and a son named Smith if you like the kind of matchy-matchy thing, which I do. Number 8, Olivia. A unique alternative for Olivia that's actually a name on my own personal list of names that I considered for my future child is Ophelia. I think it's so beautiful. I think I heard this name when we read Shakespeare in high school. I can't remember exactly which book it was or story it was, but the name Ophelia, it's just so beautiful. It sounds very similar to Olivia. I think you could even have like daughters, Olivia and Ophelia. Like I said, I like the matchy thing, but a lot of people don't. So the next name is yet another name that I had on my own personal list, but the popular name was on my personal list, and that is Christian. I love the name Christian. I feel like it's just so classic and, strong sounding, but it is ranked in the top 50 for popularity, which, will obviously turn somebody who wants a unique name away from it. But a great alternative is the name Tristan, which I was actually surprised to see that the website I was looking at anyways did not even have it in the top 100, which I was surprised. I think Tristan and Christian, they're almost like the exact same name. The whole ending half of the name is exactly the same. So if you just really loved the sound of the name Christian, Tristan could be a really great option. And last but not least, I swear Kourtney Kardashian must feel so vindicated that everyone loves her baby names, because she's been mentioned twice on this list, and it is Penelope. I give her 100% credit for this because I knew the name existed before Courtney, but this name just skyrocketed after she used it for her own daughter. I can't imagine having that happen to me because I would be pretty annoyed if I spent years and years picking out a baby name and finally found one that I loved and then everyone else was just like, mine now. But some people don't mind. Maybe she doesn't care. Penelope is so cute. It's so different. It's just something you're not used to hearing. And another name I feel has the same vibe, also fits with the P theme, is Phoebe. I've never known personally someone named Phoebe. I think both of these names are Greek in origin. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they are. I just looked it up and I was right. They are both Greek names, so that's probably why I get a very like similar vibe off of them. I think Phoebe is such a cute name, and it really just has that like different sound. You don't get a lot of P names either. P is a very unique letter, so it almost ties in with the X thing where people like names like Xander or Jackson because of the X. I think P names are in like, you know, in demand lately because you don't hear a lot of them. And Phoebe I think is so cute, Penelope too, and I just think they would be great alternatives. Like I said, for every other name, if you don't want something popular, but you really love that name and want something with a similar vibe. So guys, that wraps up my second baby names video. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked my unique alternatives to popular names, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more baby name videos, give this video a like and I will definitely make them. I love making them. Like I said, I've had hundreds of names picked out over the past few years and I can only use so many for myself, so I just love sharing them. And if you guys like to see it, I'm more than willing to tell you about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.